хотел тебе предложить. Ты хочешь быть эксклюзивно со мной?
15. Cash up front.
Mickey, watching Anora was such an exciting and funny experience to me. It felt like a rush or a dream that turns into a nightmare at some point. What was your first reaction when Sean Baker asked you to play the leading role of Annie? I mean, did you have any doubts because she's a stripper?
No doubts at all. I think I've always thought that he's an incredible filmmaker, and so to me it was a very easy answer to say yes. I was very excited about the idea of working with him.
Annie acts maybe a bit naive at the beginning of the film because she falls for this rich kid, but she's definitely a very strong and confident woman. What is your perception of Annie and what do you take from playing her?
I actually think that she's a very intuitive person, but although there are red flags in the beginning, I think that she's looking past them because his life to her seems like a dream come true.
Now, your performance is not only outstanding on an emotional level, but it's also very physical. I mean, we see you dance and also acting in erotic scenes and also getting into brutal fights with Russian gangsters. How was all that for you to play these physical scenes and how did you prepare for them? And did you shoot all of them yourself? Or?
Yeah, I did all of the stunts myself. There's no stunt double or body double. It was really important to me that you see me in every single scene. I think especially making a film like the kind that Sean makes, very immersive experience. He's really dedicated to realistic worlds, and so I wanted, I think maybe even selfishly, I wanted to do everything. And so, you know, there was a lot of physical preparation in terms of learning how to dance, because that wasn't something that I had any experience in.
You also speak Russian in the film. Did you know any words before, or did you have to learn it from scratch? Or how did that work? And also the communication with the Russian actors. I mean, they all speak English, I suppose, but maybe there was still some difficulties sometimes, or? Yeah,
certainly a lot of difficulties. Well, I didn't speak any Russian. My grandmother did, but it wasn't passed down to any of us. But I knew like the classic curse words that everybody knows. So I was starting off knowing like 2 or 3. But yeah, that was a big undertaking, learning Russian. It's a really complicated language, and also my character is not supposed to speak it perfectly, and so I had to keep that in mind, whilst also really wanting to understand exactly what I'm saying. I didn't just want to repeat lines in a memorized way. I wanted to actually know exactly what the conversation is that they're having, so I understand what my scene partner is saying and what she's also saying, so that the inflection can sound right and so it can be different every time.
The film is super funny, also because of this cultural clash, but at the same time it's very like upsetting to see the madness of this super rich world.
Well, you know, Sean, I think this film talks about class and power in a really interesting way, and there's a certain hierarchy of all of the people, characters that are involved in the film, that's very specific, and I think that it's been interesting doing lots of research into sex work, and the way that people treat sex workers in modern day society is still very horrible, I think. Navigating that within the film was a challenge for me, but I wanted to make those relationships very specific, if that can make sense.
Now you won the Palme d'Or in Cannes. Now you're here in Zurich. What is it like for you to travel the world to promote this film? It must be an adventure, and it's still going.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm so lucky. I mean, I've dreamed, and it's been like a big wish of mine to be able to travel the world in this way and go to different film festivals. I'd never been to a film festival before this film, and I've wanted to for like really almost 10 years now since I started my career, so it's very, very exciting and special. I just wish that I was able to spend more time here in Zurich because I feel like I've only gotten to know the inside of the hotel.
Thank you very much. I wish you all the best
Thank you.
for the future.